Hello, welcome to the Voice Cast. We're taking a look at your favorite animated characters, figuring out who played them the best, the worst, and the weirdest, and allow you to vote on them yourselves. I'm Justin, and with me is Will.
Greetings, mutants.
We are phasing our way past Beast to move on to fan favorite, Kitty Pryde.
Also known as Shadowcat.
So, we're not doing another special this time.
We just rolled dice, and she came up on our list.
Yeah, exactly. I put down a list of all potential characters to do episodes on. We RNG'd it, and we hit Kitty Pryde. Although, granted, we are going to have to go back into the X-Men in the next couple of weeks once Dark Phoenix hits theaters, but regardless.
X-Month! Look forward to it. Or
go fuck
don't.
Yourself.
Please don't. It's very stressful.
It is stressful. There's a lot to go through, and there's also that pressure of just, like, the continuity of just, like, this is what she is like. This is what the character is in the comics to compare. That's a lot to go through, you know? I went to my local
Beast has been entirely consistent. Shadowcat has been done many different times.
Yeah, but also, you can debate that Kitty Pryde is more interesting than Beast.
Oh, most definitely.
I'm not saying that Beast is a bad character, but let's be honest, there's really nothing to him, you know?
Beast doesn't really exist outside of Spider-Man and the X-Men.
Yeah, it's probably the most blatant metaphor that you can do with the character. Like, it's don't judge a book by its cover. He's the big, ferocious guy who's also very intelligent and polite. There's nothing to it.
Yeah.
Kitty Pryde, on the other hand, it's more of a spunky teenager, and she has the potential to grow. Like, apparently in the comics, she has experience leading teams for the X-Men.
And she even has a relationship with Star-Lord.
That I want to see. That sounds adorable.
Yeah, they become intergalactic long-distance relationships.
Yeah. Anyway, I already very briefly mentioned who Kitty Pryde is, but if you don't know, her ability is to phase through solid objects.
All solid objects.
And she has successfully walked into the hearts of comic book nerds all across the world.
What's your history with the character? I'm pretty sure it's the same as mine, but I just want to draw a line.
I think I made it clear that I'm not a comic book guy, so my experience is just really liking her in X-Men Evolution.
Which is a good starting point for our review.
Although, granted, I don't think my opinion's going to really change by the end of this podcast. I think I've already picked out a winner.
Yeah, pretty much the same.
But we got quite a ways to go until we reach that, with our first time that we see Kitty Pryde in an animated form in a very nice nostalgic trip for me, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends in 1981, where she's voiced by Sally Julian.
Maybe a gentler approach will do the trick. I'll phase through. You mean besides the fact that he's trapped us in the mansion? Ow! That wasn't funny, Siberian. You just wait until Colossus gets a hold of... Colossus? God? Where are you?
Will, have you seen the show?
I have. That's the one where you had Firestar and Iceman, right?
Yeah, this was a childhood favorite for me.
I caught it when I could, but I didn't catch it very much. Considering around the age when I did see this, when I was really young, and before I was in, like, school, I would often go to my mom's job, and she had a small little CRTV on her desk, and I would watch that and Sonic Underground and other things that was on, like, public access.
Yeah, definitely. Like, this was definitely a Saturday morning thing for me. Although, granted, I watch it now, and it looks like crap.
It's a timepiece.
It's absolutely a timepiece. Actually, it even looks outdated for the 80s. It looks like a 70s show.
It's not that 70s show. That's 2000.
Oh, shit. One thing that I wasn't expecting, though, is freaking Frank Welker voicing Iceman, though.
That's funny to me.
It's just a frozen over Freddie Jones.
He'll set a trap.
An ice trap. And this was a perfect place to, like, take a look at this is probably the first time animated-wise that, like, people have gotten a chance to look at the X-Men. And I watched the episode that they were in, and it was a lot of fun, and I still like it. I really do like the scene where the main bad guy, like, trapped, like, all the X-Men, like, different rooms and stuff like that, and the way that Cyclops escapes is that he really focuses hard on the wall, and he, like, welds through it. when I was young, I thought that was really cool, but then I think about it now, and it's just like, okay, so you couldn't get through by blasting it, so you just, the way you solved it was to get closer and to blast harder. I don't know. I still like it, though. I remember that being pretty dope when I was really young.
Ram your head into a wall until it breaks.
Yeah, which is actually exactly what Kitty Pryde does in this, where it is literally like, she's trapped in a adamantium jail cell, which apparently can block the abilities of mutants.
That doesn't make sense, but whatever.
No. And she just like, huh? I'm trapped. And she tried to phase through the wall, and she fucking clonks her head against the door.
Clonk!
Yeah, it's like, huh? How'd I get out? Ow! And I start to think about it where it's like, so whenever Kitty thinks that she can phase through a wall, she goes through head first. She doesn't at least try to feel it or something, you know?
Yeah, exactly. At least use your hand to do at least a diving motion, because even if you lunge out, you'll hit with your hand, and then you can bounce back from that. But even at that, don't go into walls, please. That's dumb. Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah.
We care about you.
Also, the design confuses me.
Speaking of care about, our next example was not cared about enough to get aired. It was supposed to.
Can you listen to me when I talk?
Sometimes.
Well, Sally Julian sucks, first of all. Just not... It's just an inexperienced, actress trying to voice a character, you know?
Yeah,
it's just,
I get it.
Yeah. Also, I don't understand about the X on her head. I get it.
She's an ex-woman.
Yeah, I get that. Ha ha ha. But from what I've seen, her design, she doesn't have the X on her head. It's just the belt. So it's she's literally a target.
But the thing is, the X-Men really don't have... Very few X-Men wear masks. Because they're either physically deformed in a way, or really, who's gonna go after Kitty Pryde's family? Oh yeah, let's go after Kitty Pryde. Yeah, let's agitate the entirety of the mutants in Xavier's Institute. Yeah, that's really smart.
My problem isn't with the mask. My problem is the stupid X on the top of her head.
It's to show she's an X-Man.
Yeah, but the X is on... If you look at the original design, she didn't have that. It was on the belt.
Yeah, I know. They did it because a lot of face shots. Muge. Anyways, next we would have Pryde of the X-Men, which I tried to transition to earlier, voiced by Kath Soucie.
Hello? Is anyone here? What are you? X-Men? But I thought the X-Men were... But how do you know about what I can do?
Well, it was a pilot episode that was supposed to be aired, where Kitty Pryde was essentially the Jubilee, the newly introduced mutant.
Or the Rogue. We've had Kitty, Jubilee, and Rogue all as the self-insert characters, which I don't know. At least they have variety in the different shows about how they introduce people to the audience.
Oh, but instead of Jubilee, we have a Dazzler.
Yeah. Apparently they didn't do this show because Marvel was running into financial troubles or something.
I believe it.
I don't know. They do that a lot. I mean, not now, obviously, but they've done that quite a lot.
Which is a damn shame, because they got a really good voice actress. Kath Soucie. Karen Daring from The Replacements. Shin-Chan from Crayon Shin-Chan, also Shin-Chan's mom, Misty. Ray Lee from The Life and Times of Juniper Lee. And Maddie Fenton from Danny Phantom.
Forget Phil and Lil, though.
Phil and Lil from Rugrats All Grown Up.
I think that's the most well-known.
Also, XJ2, 4, and 5 from My Life as a Teenage Robot.
Yeah, because if there's one thing I know about from Teenage Robot, it's her fucking robot sisters.
Hey, they were cool as fuck. I don't care who you are.
I'm cool. They are cool as fuck, but again, who the fuck is gonna remember that?
I do.
Yeah, I know. That's why I have you on here. You're strange in that way.
The master of useless knowledge.
Exactly. So, you didn't watch this, right? You said you procrastinated on this, and you're just like, oh, going through the list, whatever.
Yeah, I did view this one. It's okay.
First of all, I just want to get through let's talk about the voice actress first, because we might as well. Kath Soucie is someone who is, I feel like she was the voice of the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Like, absolutely. But the default voice that she does, just I don't know how to explain it. Just kind of like the high pitch, like, if you hear Phil and Lil, you kind of hear what she does.
Lillian!
Yeah.
Philip!
So, it's funny, too, because it's like, in this, like, I kind of got the feeling that she was trying really hard to... She sounds normal throughout a majority of this special.
Which is ironic.
Yeah, but the thing is that, like, it almost sounds like that she constantly has to struggle with trying not to sound like her usual self. Like, she struggles to sound like a normal person.
It's also ironic at that, because she's a mutant. Which is weird about her mutation, because no one would ever guess until she activates it.
No.
Justin, how would you feel if you suddenly saw someone phase through walls? Would you freak out and try and call the military? You'd be like, oh, that was really fucking cool.
I think I'd have kind of more of a neutral reaction, like, oh, okay.
I'd be like, oh shit, that's cool. Holy fuck. And then walk off.
I mean, I'd get there eventually. Anyway. I don't know. I'm very mixed about this special. Because, for one thing, I keep calling it a special. It's just a fucking pilot. First,
it's special to us.
Not to me. I don't know. Maybe it's my lack of experience, but I was kind of put off by Magneto's plan. Like, that's not what he does, right? He's not like a I must take over the world type of a villain. He just kind of just like a more sophisticated person. Like, he doesn't openly attack the fucking mansion, right?
He would never do that. The only time he would attack the mansion was to try and wrestle Cerebro from Professor X to further his cause. But at that, no, Magneto is a domestic terrorist.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Magneto baits the X-Men by, like, having some kind of a robbery or something going on somewhere else, and Xavier tells literally all of the X-Men to go and attack, having Magneto to fucking be open to attack when the only people left were Xavier and Kitty, who at the time, she had no control with her powers and was still trying to accept the fact that she was a mutant. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? You don't know the threat, but you take literally all of your platoon to fight something you don't even know what it is? Like, leave like half of them or something, for the love of God.
Plus, Magneto would never hurt another mutant. The one respect that Professor X and Magneto have is they would never hurt other mutants intently. If there's a squabble or a fight, things happen, but he would never straight up murk someone who's a mutant. And in fact, when Xavier and Magneto would go against each other, it wouldn't be them trying to kill each other. They'd actually try and reason with each other. You know, Charles, see my way. No, Magneto, see my way. Legit, two gym teachers letting their volleyball teams go at each other.
Stan Lee narrated this thing, you know,
which was such a waste, because I like his narration.
Odds are he didn't look at the script, because if he did, he probably would have been like, hey, wait, guys, like, don't
make me come over there!
Don't make me smack your ass!
Don't make me come over there and wallop you! Because Stan Lee is a man who loves his craft, and has, if it involved any Marvel property, he tried to be a part of it.
Absolutely. And that name, Pryde of the X-Men. So, Kitty would have been the main driving force of this show. So, you know, it's just kind of loss of potential, you know?
Yeah. It would be an example of not letting Cyclops be the main show, because as boring as Cyclops is.
There was some good in it, though. Like, I thought Nightcrawler was really good in this.
Yeah, definitely.
I love when he's, like, up against the Blob. He's like, no one can move the Blob, and Nightcrawler just teleports behind him, and he's like, cool, then I'm not going to.
God, I love Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler was great. And, of course, we got the Australian Wolverine.
A Canadian playing an Australian. I like it.
Shows what little information these guys had. It's kind of cute in a way. Anyway, this series went nowhere, but surprisingly, the video game spin-off that was based off of this ended up becoming more popular in the long run. It's the Konami's X-Men game, where Kitty Pryde is voiced by Mela Lee. That's hard to say. Say that 3 times fast.
Mela Lee, Mela Lee, Mela Lee. Eat my ass.
You must rescue the professor.
Mela Lee. For you Fate fans, it's the voice of Rin. For your Bleach fans, it's Hiyori Sarugaki, aka Based Lolly. Actually, you could just say that a lot about Mela Lee's repertoire. Based Lolly. Oh, voice of Jade in Mortal Kombat 11, for something recent. Oh, and the voice of Tiki in Smash Brothers, and Fire Emblem. All of Fire Emblem.
She's had her moments. She's a damsel in distress in this one, straight up. Save the professor! That's it. Here, take like $50.
Yeah. Really not a good start for this one for judging.
Nah, not really. I will say though, like, I don't think that this was a comic thing. I do dig the red hair.
I like the red hair. I like red hair. Red hair is nice. Especially that shade of red. Because that's a very realistic shade of red.
That is really nice, and it goes well with that top.
Mm-hmm. Blue and orange are contrasting colors, so they do complement.
Absolutely.
Speaking of blue, moving on to 2000's X-Men Evolution, we have Shadowcat, voiced by Maggie Blue O'Hara.
Ah, good one.
Yeah.
That Rara Riley a friend of yours? Because, you know, like, I had nothing to do with what happened out there in the sandpit. You, like, don't know anything, and neither does that creepy guy out there. I don't have any gifts, just a curse.
The original voice of Bulma. Madison from Cardcaptor Sakura.
Well, it's not my Bulma, but...
I like her as Bulma. Then again, I like Dragon Ball better than Dragon Ball Z. Also, Holly from Monster Rancher. Monsters rule! Monsters rule. Monster Rancher. I've watched this with you.
Yeah, I watched an episode and I was like, okay, like, Will has too much nostalgia for this. I understand.
Spoiler alert, this is my favorite Kitty Pryde. This Kitty, in X-Men Evolution, most of the mutants of our main cast, like Cyclops, Jean Grey, Spike, and all the others, they're teenagers. The very much thing to do in early 2000s teenager stuff. And she was the prissy girl. Prissy girl that also liked some good rock. You know, the typical popular girl. Mainly because she had no limitations to how she had to conceal herself. Like Jean or Spike, before the mess up with Spike.
Yeah, where do I start? There's a lot to say.
She definitely plays her age well.
Yeah, this is like one of them that I do like think like, yeah, she's written like a teenager, she sounds like a teenager, she acts like a teenager. Like, you look at someone like Cyclops in the show, and it's like, okay, this is a responsible dude, kind of...
He sounds like an upperclassman.
Yeah, which I guess is fine, but at the same time, though, it's like, it's just like, the writing and the voice nail it so well. There's one line that I really liked from her that stuck with me, and it's like, being a mutant's bullshit. It's hard enough to be normal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit.
That's a genuine good line that she would say, because not everyone asks for their powers.
And God, I love that voice. She gives it this kind of a valley girl type thing. Is that accurate?
That's why I said the prissy girl. The valley girl. The popular girl.
And God, it just gives it that more of that flavor that, oh, it's so good. It is so fucking good.
It's tasty. And I like it.
Yeah. It also helps that, like, she had, like, I find this great because it's like this is the first time that the character was done right. And I looked into it a little bit about, like, why she wasn't in the 90s show. I didn't do a lot of research. I wikied it. And, like, apparently, during the comics at the time, she wasn't a part of the X-Men. She went off to do her own thing with a different team. So it's like, that lack of relevancy meant that she wasn't really in the show.
X-Men, due to its large variety of characters, just like the Teen Titans, if there was a character that wasn't very popular, they would go off on the Team B or Team C, which is how we got Titans West, for example.
Man, I like this show.
I love X-Men Evolution. Kids WB was a big growing up thing for me.
Like, people like to bitch about 4Kids and shit, but, like, give them a Western property and they fucking nail it.
Uh-huh.
Anyone out there remember Chaotix?
I remember Chaotix. Chaotix was... Wait a minute. Was X-Men Evolution 4Kids?
Well, no, it wasn't 4Kids, but, like, just Fox and all that in general.
It was Film Roman. Wasn't this on WB?
Yeah.
First?
Are they not the same thing?
No. 4Kids was Fox. Because 4Kids was an evolution of Foxbox. Kids WB was its own thing.
Oh shit, I'm getting my channels confused.
Jesus Christ, man. This is basic television. This isn't cable. This is public access.
Basic television. I mean, it's like
Channel 5 and Channel 11. Well,
I don't fucking know. I watched this on YouTube way after it got off the air. Honestly.
I don't know what Channel Fox is for you in Florida land, but whatever Channel Fox is, and whatever Channel WB was, those were Kids WB and Foxbox, a.k.a. 4Kids.
I don't remember what my Saturday morning cartoon channel was.
It was Disney, wasn't it?
Nah, it was Nick and Cartoon Network. Those I remember, but those weren't Saturday mornings for me.
My Saturday mornings were always... Well, then again, I didn't get cable until, like, the 3rd or 4th grade. No, wait, I did have cable in the 2nd grade. I was just too used to turning on the TV to Channel 11 on my Saturday mornings because Pokemon was there. And Batman was there. And other Kids WB shows that I really liked.
So, yeah.
Definite favorite for mine.
Oh, yeah. Next, we got one video game. Thank God, honestly. Like, I'm glad that we don't have a fucking million of them like last week.
No, there are 2, but one's not so much later.
Anyway, Kitty Pryde, as far as I know, was a very brief cameo in the in the video game. I just said this! X-Men Legends 2, Rise of Apocalypse, where she's voiced by Mai Guest.
Hi, handsome. Where the heck have you been hiding? Don't you know I've been missing you? What kind of rumors, Colossus? You said she was pretty? What were you thinking? Of course everyone's going to talk about you and her.
But is she the daughter of Mai Guest?
Well, whether she is or not, she definitely put her service to the test. She does a good job.
She does.
Like, there's a little bit of, like, a cuteness going on there, like, kind of a thing with her and Colossus, which, canonically, if I believe so, she did have a relationship with him in the comics.
Yeah, she did. When she wasn't with Star-Lord, she was with Colossus, but Colossus was an on and off thing.
That's great. You got a guy who can break through anything, and a girl who can pass through anything.
And no, the thing I was talking about for later was Marvel Heroes, the MMO.
Was she voiced by someone else?
Yeah, Danielle Judovits.
Oh, that I didn't... Oh! Alright.
Yeah, dingus.
Well, I didn't see it on here, like...
That's why you look at Shadowcat.
I know that, but it's like I only looked at the voice compare. And regardless, she's a part of Wolverine and the X-Men, so I just saw, oh, there she is, right there.
Admit it, Peter. You're being schooled by a girl.
Peter!
Great. You're a lot of help.
Yeah, you better run. Wait! Come back here and get us down! Logan! Logan!
So, oh man, like, this chick kind of got robbed. Because she does a good job, but the show was cut short. It was only 24 episodes long, and it got canceled. From what I can tell, was due to the whole Disney Fox thing going on.
Yeah.
Which sucks. Because, like, this is my favorite directed X-Men show I've seen so far.
I also like it because Steve Bloom was Wolverine.
That was also great, but they had some creative stuff going on with Kitty there. Like, she actually has her fucking going through people's bodies and stealing their guns. And there's this one scene that I really like where it's like, she faces the Blackbird through a building to get in there, but she doesn't just fucking touch... You didn't watch the pilot, did you? You didn't watch
I did.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about, where it's like, she didn't just fucking touch the Blackbird or to make it phase through. No, she fucking phased through, stopped the phasing midway until it reached her hand so she could grip the Blackbird, and then she caused it to phase through. That's a great visual thing, and it really shows she has a lot of experience using her powers.
Yeah, it shows it builds on the X-Men Evolution Kitty, where she was just getting used to her powers. Wolverine the X-Men is... And it does this for a lot of for a lot of mutants in its short runtime. It shows a very big potential for what they've done. People have evolved, and this definitely shows it.
I'm kind of upset because I was really into this show. Like, maybe even more than Evolutions at times. But granted, like, I didn't feel a need to watch the first episode of Evolutions to get context.
Yeah.
Out of everything that I've watched so far on the X-Men, this is one that I'm definitely thinking about. Oh, maybe I should go back and, like, binge this sometime. Especially since it is so fucking short.
Let's do that.
But, you know, there wasn't a lot... Like, when I do research for this show, I like to go to character-specific episodes to give them time to shine, but...
And this also did that very well at that. It gave people their due time.
Well, not a full episode. Kitty doesn't have a single one that specifically focuses on her.
But what time she does have is meaningful.
Oh, absolutely. But it was just, like, hard for me to find some... I mean, even if you say, like, the show was cut short or not, Blue O'Hara in Evolution still had a good episode or two in the first season, and that one lasted for a while.
Mm-hmm. It proves that people like X-Men!
Yeah. That is kind of the detriment. This is a continuation, like, this is a continued take on X-Men, which, honestly, like, I shouldn't be complaining about this anyway, because, like, who the fuck likes origin stories? Like, honestly.
Yeah.
Anything on the performance itself?
Her performance was good. Her performance was very good. Very solid. From Maggie to Kim to Danielle, 3 solid performances each.
I'd be down with a spin-off series for Shadowcat. I mean, look at the comic. She definitely has the material to work off of.
She has something with Star-Lord. Star-Lord. Of all people, Star-Lord. That's fucking interesting, considering their personalities.
Yeah, I want to read more comics, but I don't want to fucking pay Marvel $10 a month in order to use their digital store.
And finding PDFs and pirating them is very difficult. We don't recommend.
It's a giant pain in the ass. And I go to my comic book store and it's like, do you have any Kitty Pryde stuff? And they're just like, well, everything's old, you know? Well, it's like they don't have it. That and I Hate Fairyland I'm going to have to pick up sometime, because apparently that concluded a while ago.
Speaking of don't have it, Astonishing X-Men, Eileen Stevens.
Hi. It's possible that I'm late. Sorry about the timing. Did I miss the sorting hat? Ugh, is this like a theme thing, us being so big? Remember when this place was just flamethrowers and rotating knives? I miss that. Okay, I officially really, really don't know why I'm here. I'm not a fighter, not like you guys.
I mean, I don't know. Does this comic make her sound old? Is she supposed to be an older Kitty Pryde?
It makes her sound like just a bitchier teenage Kitty Pryde. It does not make her sound old at all. She sounds like a 17-year-old, but really, really bitchy.
You think?
Yeah. Yeah, she just has this... She's trying to do that oh, she's sassy, but that sass just comes out as ass. And she's assy.
I can see that.
Eileen Stevens, Leo and Luna from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, Belle Dandy from Oh My Goddess, several Pokemon voices including Fennekin and Zoroa, Iris in one of the Pokemon movies, and Bianca in the Pokemon animation special. Also the narrator for Pikachu the movie.
No, she's straight up Iris. I don't know. Is she a fan favorite? I feel like she is.
Iris? No. Iris is the most disliked female companion of Ash.
Really?
She is the most disliked.
What's wrong with her?
On one end of the spectrum, not enough TNA. On the other end of the spectrum, she was just an uppity bitch with dragon types. Traders with dragon types kind of tend to be dicks, or unlikable in a way, for some reason. Lance was obnoxious, Claire was a big tool. Drake was cool in Ruby Sapphire Emerald. Really funny how in the 4Kids dub, they changed his mug of beer to chamomile tea to help him relax. I see this old sea dog sipping chamomile tea.
That's funny. We'll tell you though, like in Japan, Iris is voiced by a really renowned VA, Aoyuki. For one thing, Froppy from Hero Academia.
Ghetto.
What's that? We got Hoppy will never. What was it?
Fucking, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Okay.
No.
All right.
We're already biting time away from our last entry. Tara Strong in the Marvel Superhero Squad online game.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, Tara Strong.
Go ahead, give me a link. I honestly didn't know. Man, you put more into this than I did.
It's Tara Strong. That's all I can really say. It's Tara Strong.
This is my first time listening to this, folks. The narrator, said hi at the same time that Kitty Pryde, I was, waving. For a second, I was like, oh, fuck. For a brief second, I thought that Kitty Pryde was being voiced by a dude.
Nah. I think it's... I don't believe she has, actual lines. I think she's just, generic grunts or,
Oh,
yeah. Nice Jack impersonation, by the way. But the thing is, it's Tara Strong, so we can kind of expect how Tara Strong sounds.
Yeah. I just heard her laugh. I think I have a pretty good idea. This is the perfect encapsulation of why I don't like Tara Strong, is she is a default voice actress. It really does come down to that.
She's a negative version from that one guy who's in a world. You know that really hype, trailer narrator?
No, that is a horrible comparison, because that dude is awesome.
Well,
no matter
I
what
said
way
it's a
he is.
bad version of that.
Oh, okay.
Where the moment you hear Tara Strong, it's, oh god, it's Tara Strong.
I will say, though, hey, give me credit. Hero Squad Online, way to give Kitty Pryde some actual combat and exploration potential in a video game. I didn't think that was fucking possible.
I hope they bring her in Ultimate Alliance 3.
I wonder how that would work, though, you know? Because Kitty Pryde isn't very showy, you know?
Yeah. No. Actually, that's a majority of her power is to not show up.
Yeah. I mean...
Or to show up and disappear.
Yeah, it's she's exclusively support.
Speaking of support, you can support us at this channel by liking the video, sharing the video with your friends, and commenting your opinions in the comment section below.
Thank you. So, final thoughts?
Rocky start, great middle years. Most recent thing that's not that online game, pretty meh. Then again, that whole motion comic is pretty meh.
I don't like the idea of motion comics in general. I'm an editor, right? I'm a video editor, so it's I look at this and I could just tell that it's just oh, this is just motion tweening and After Effects animation. So it's just like...
Really lazy to you?
I'd rather just read the fucking comic.
That's this tie between O'Hara, Guest, and Judovits. I can't pick between them. Weirdest is Mela Lee, and the worst is Sally Julian.
Best is O'Hara. Worst is... Yeah, Sally Julian. Worst is Sally Julian. And weirdest... Tara Strong. I think I'm just so shocked that, like she exists as Shadowcat that I was not expecting anything.
Tara Strong, weird. I get it.
Yep. Yeah, I wonder how much of the voice acting community is going to hate us for constantly bashing on Tara Strong. Because if you guys didn't know, we also talked about Tara Strong in not the best light in our Harley Quinn video. So you guys should definitely go and take a look at that and comment how much we're a bunch of angry assholes.
Hey, I take pride in being an angry asshole.
Yeah, I want to bait people to watch our stuff somehow.
Yeah, come laugh at us, express our opinion on the internet. In fact, while you're at it, you should watch the rest of our videos, because we have a lot of opinions that might make you angry or upset.
But isn't that what makes the world so interesting?
It's what makes the internet fun, at least.
Well, I hope that you continue to have fun with us next time when we talk about hopefully not another X-Men character.
We will see you guys next time.
Peace out!